Hi, my name is David Muro. Growing up, I dealt with identity issues and emotional abuse from closed-minded individuals who needed an outlet for their own insecurities. I was discriminated against simply for being different. Because of this, I immersed myself in the lives of heroic superheroes that stimulated my imagination as a young boy. This allowed me for brief periods to put the difficult realities of my life behind me and escape into an alternate world. My passion for all things superhero is the inspiration for this work. My art showcases the contrast between the superheroes that I grew up admiring with their fantastic abilities and iconic storylines to the real-life superheroes that defend and fight for us every single day. What is a superhero? Do all superheroes wear capes? For this project, I chose to use myself, family, and loved ones as models for each image. I did this because I wanted to showcase not only 6 of my favorite superheroes, but also people that are important to me and have supported me over the years. This is Batman, also known as the Dark Knight and one of the founding members of the superhero team, the Justice League. His real name is Bruce Wayne. Having lost his parents to violence when he was a little boy, he chose to take a stand and fight for those who could not fight for themselves. He is a human being with extraordinary combat and detective skills. Here he is being portrayed by James Ganitek, my boyfriend and a proud educator. Jim is an amazing and accomplished teacher. For nearly 30 years, he has dedicated his life to educating and shaping the minds of so many students. He is also one of the few people in my life that has always been there for me when I have needed him. Real-life superheroes are ordinary men and women who serve and put their lives on the line for others every day. This is James as Bruce Wayne, being portrayed as a Walmart bagger. Essential workers like grocery baggers and others on whom the common good rests are often looked down on for the career choices they have made. As someone who has worked in the customer service and hospitality industry for years before starting out in the field of education, I can proudly say that it takes an individual of great character to choose to be in service of others, regardless of what that service may look like. This is Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman is an Amazon princess from the island nation of Themyscira. The Amazons are a race of warrior women who exist as part of Greek mythology. Themyscira's location is hidden by a magical veil that separates the island and its inhabitants from the world of man. This is why I chose to portray her skin tone and the background in the same color scheme, as she is from 2 worlds. As a founding member of the superhero team, the Justice League, Wonder Woman chooses to embrace and protect the world of man. Here she is portrayed by my niece Bianca. Bianca is a beautiful and extremely talented and intelligent young lady. She's a junior in high school who juggles advanced placement classes, dance, friends, and all the struggles a 17-year-old girl has to deal with on a daily basis. Working in education, I know firsthand the struggles teachers must face every single day. Teachers have to deal with a number of issues including poverty, social inequity, and limited resources, to name a few. Here is Bianca as Diana Prince being portrayed as a first-grade teacher. The boy with her is my 8-year-old nephew Damien, who is being portrayed as a first-grade student. Damien is an amazing kid who has a love of animals, sci-fi movies, video games, and an imagination that rivaled my own when I was his age. This is Cyborg, whose real name is Victor Stone. His genius scientist father, Silas Stone, had to save his life through otherworldly means after an explosion in a lab. Large portions of Victor's body have been replaced by advanced mechanical parts, granting him superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and flight. His mechanically enhanced body, much of which is metallic, is far more durable than a normal human body. He is also a member of the superhero team, the Justice League. Here he is being portrayed by Demetrius Hall, one of my closest friends and a man with one of the biggest hearts I know. This is Demetrius as Victor Stone, being portrayed as a football coach. Before he became Cyborg, Victor Stone was a former accomplished athlete from Gotham City University. Sports can be very empowering for young kids, as we all know. Coaches and leaders have a great responsibility of being role models and mentors to young kids from diverse backgrounds, cultures, and socioeconomic inequity. Coaches and others who choose to take on the challenging role of teaching and helping young children from all walks of life are dedicating their lives to foster the next generation of athletes. This is Falcon, whose real name is Sam Wilson, The Falcon was the first African-American superhero in mainstream comic books in 1978. Wilson was a test pilot for the XO-7 Falcon, an experimental military-designed winged harness created for the Air National Guard and used by Wilson during highly sensitive missions. As a member of the superhero team The Avengers, Wilson, who is human, uses mechanical jet-powered glider wings which enable him to fly. With his wings, Wilson is able to fly at very fast subsonic speeds, with an enhanced degree of maneuverability and agility similar to that of an actual Falcon. The impressive agility afforded by the jetpack and his own knowledge of flying enables Wilson to avoid automatic gunfire in battles. Here he is being portrayed by Demetrius Hall. After returning home from the Air Force, Wilson chose to continue serving his country and helping others by helping his fellow veterans. Wilson was hired by the Department of Veteran Affairs to counsel his fellow veterans. Military counselors specialize in helping soldiers and their families struggling with anger management, trauma, grief adjustment, and psychological issues such as depression, anxiety, generalized stress, stress-related combat issues, and post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD as it is commonly referred to. Veterans counselors also work diligently to help veterans trying to readjust to civilian life after military service. If you'll notice, the text above Sam and the soldiers is not centered or evenly spaced. This was intentional to show that, like someone who suffers from a trauma or a mental condition, it is okay not to be perfect. We are all human, and we are all in this together. This is Demetrius as Sam Wilson, being portrayed as a VA counselor. Captain America, or Steve Rogers, was the recipient of the Super Soldier Serum during World War II. As the leader of the superhero team The Avengers, he fought for American ideals. Well, it is a new day, and we have a new Captain America to fight for us. Marvel Comics has decided to pass the mantle of Captain America to Aaron Fisher, an openly gay teenager who admires the original Captain America, finds his shield, and makes the courageous decision to stand up against evil and fight for justice, especially those who are persecuted for being different and invisible to society. Being a gay man myself and having fought prejudice in my youth, Aaron Fisher's character resonates the strongest with me. I have struggled, and I have chosen to persevere. This is Aaron Fisher as Captain America, being portrayed by me. In 2020, our lives were dramatically changed by a devastating and unforeseen pandemic. COVID-19 is an infectious disease caused by a newly discovered coronavirus. To date, there have been 135 million confirmed cases of COVID-19 worldwide. Almost 3 million people have lost their lives to this deadly virus. Doctors and other brave healthcare workers have been operating tirelessly since the pandemic hit, ready to help those who are suffering. They are still facing COVID in ER rooms and hospitals all over the world. Many doctors and healthcare workers have even died while doing their job to save others. This is Steve Rogers, the original Captain America, as an ER doctor, being portrayed by me. The patient is being portrayed by my nephew Damien. Captain Marvel, whose real name is Carol Danvers, is a former United States Air Force pilot who was made into a Kree-human hybrid after a blood transfusion. Through her exposure to the Tesseract's extraterrestrial power via the destruction of the Lightspeed engine, she was forever changed. She acquired many powerful abilities, including the power of flight, invulnerability, and producing cosmic energies to no measurable bounds, and manipulating them to her needs, to name a few. As a member of the superhero team The Avengers, Captain Marvel is the best kind of hero, a force for good who tries to do the right thing regardless of circumstance. This is Captain Marvel being portrayed by my niece Bianca. Like doctors, firefighters risk their lives every single day to protect and save others. Firefighters are rescuers who are extensively trained. These heroes work closely with other emergency response agencies such as the police and frequently providing some degree of emergency medical service. This is Captain Marvel as a firefighter, being portrayed by my mom. My mother is the most selfless person that I know. She has always thought of others and their needs before her own. She has been my biggest cheerleader and supported me through some of the most difficult times in my life. So what is a superhero? These 6 characters were all created to combat injustice in their time. They stand for more than just individuals with superpowers and flashy costumes. Each of these comic book characters comes with a diverse and intricate history and a sense of duty to help others in need. Their strong desire to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves or do not have a voice is what makes these individuals superheroes. More than anything, what I admired the most about these amazing characters was how incredibly selfless they were. They truly wanted to make a difference in other people's lives. These dynamic comic book characters rooted in mythology have always been a fascination of mine. I have come to learn that not all superheroes wear capes. Thank you.